John Miller having a nice game for Philly in the face-off circle and in transition.
Yeah, not as much one on the stat sheet, but all of the juice plays, it feels like, have come from 34 and white. His man got rid of the ball first.
Nearing the halfway point of this second quarter. Ball turnover on the floor, scooped up by Philly. And Miller will send it up. Drop pass, though, by Marchini. He'll have to get it down by the board, and he'll be pressured. He gets away from the check, flips it to Miller. Waiting for the rest of the Philly offense to come. 4-2 Philly. Sly Sundown behind the net. Gets it to Irwin, but he can't handle the pass. But Sundown, Giacchetti will move it over to the far side. Shot hits the leg pad of Rabel. Reset, but Philly gets the rebound. And escaping is
Miller for the opportunity.
It was Carson on the goal, his 6th of the tournament, and at least the third power play goal of the game from the Philly Kings. And Sundown working with Zach Terry. Over to Clifford Gaston. Shot, hits leg save by Kuhn. Loose ball, bounces to the corner. Philly's got it. Marchini misses the pass, though, and it's a race. He's going to wrestle with Finger, and Marchini gets it, spins away, gets an opportunity, score! Five straight goals, 5-goal run for the Philly Kings. And scoop here by Miller, behind the back, but he fires wide, and Hawkeyes will take a little exception to that as he's going to get roughed up along the boards. But he's managed to get the ball to back to the face-off circle with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And a nice scoop from Miller, and Miller's going to take it. He fires wide off the backboard. The net. Rochester gets the rebound. Sundown couldn't handle the pass. He and Miller will joust with it. Miller winds up with the ball, evades a check. He'll hand it up. Shot from a 7-goal lead that's now down to 6. And 15 minutes left in this game. Chamberlain Botter.
Hawkeyes are going to need to find some sort of life in this final 15. It's going to have to start at the face-off dot, where they'll have to find an answer to Jonathan Miller. Right now, they just have not been able to get clean wins at the dot or clean possessions from it. And then meanwhile, because of that, so many defensive possessions just eventually finding their way past Jacobs all the way to 10 now. It's hard to beat a team twice.
Miller has been all over the floor today in defense in transition. And Philly almost jumped the gun on the one end of the floor. And Miller gets the draw, gets the loose ball, backhand pass to Forsyth, but a save by Jacob on the floor. He'll get it over to Senez, into Terry. Terry being held up by Marchini. 8 left on the shot clock. Terry back with the ball. Shot block. Soaker from Miller, and the shot clock will run out. Nice block shot from John Miller once again. And the pass turnover, and it definitely got a piece of Rabel's glove, but found its way across the goal line. And for the first time today, Rochester has back-to-back goals. Miller losing his stick, trying to box out a couple Rochester defenders. He gets pushed aside. Still on the floor is the ball, and it might have wound up under Miller. And they're going to call loose ball push, and Philly winds up with the ball. John Miller having a nice game for Philly in the face-off circle and in transition.
Yeah, not as much one on the stat sheet, but all of the juice plays, it feels like, have come from 34 and white. Ball Tigers leading point scorer from attack last year.
Constable gets a pick. He'll get it to Sly Sundown. In tight to Blythe. Blythe trying to spin away. Gets a pick. Another pick. Now Sundown tried to feed Senez in tight, but he couldn't take the pass. Constable winds up with the ball. He's trying to hang on to it. He does. Spins away. Goes to the crease, but he was in the crease. Great effort. But he got one shot as he was going in to score and went down to his knees just as he got the ball away.
Tough break for Constable. A major. Not had anything, though, for a few minutes now. Philly's starting to try to take back the momentum. A shot here could absolutely put Albany right back in the driver's seat that they're truly in.
Fighting for the ball is Jonathan Miller, and he allows it to get up the floor for Philadelphia there as Marchini. McGrath, Canisius, Golden Griff from Cortland, New York. Numbers in the selects favor, but Philly's got the ball. Now they're going to apply the forecheck to try and cause 8 seconds or a turnover. They get the turnover. It winds up in Ben McGrath's stick. McGrath now trying to deal with the players without a stick. Reach around, can't get it to go. We got a penalty coming up here. And another scrum. I thought I saw 25, but it was 55. O'Neill, they got the goal. There was no 25 on the roster, so glad you caught that one. And it's 6-2 now, CD Selects, as they are roughing up the Philly player trying to get across the center line. That is Smith, who had the penalty before, or Miller that had the penalty before. It winds up in Marusa's stick.
It's completely a tale of two halves, but with Matt Kuhn in the cage, absolutely held down Philadelphia, and they're trying to do more of that right now as their captain, Liam Quinn, gets a bit tied up with that one, and the ball falls into the crease for Mason Jacobs.
Jonathan Miller tried that one. Miller had 12 loose balls last night. He is so fast. He might be one of the fastest players in this tournament.
Back sidearm low on that righty side and let that thing fly.
Another face-off win for Moreno. Tip pass by Philly, though. Loose ball. And this one again scooped up by, that one's by Miller. Carson shooting, save, shot on by Harland. Big save by Morrow. They have the ball here in the opening minute of the second half. Dave Buchanan, Chamberlain Botter, bringing the action of this final game of date number 2 of the tournament. Owen Lawton at the top of the zone, being hampered by 2 players. He spins away, finds it.
Be summed up. Do they look pretty cool?
Yeah, sure.
I love royal blue, but that doesn't mean the numbers fill should be the same color as the jersey back.
Yeah, just the blue outline with white on white makes it a little hard to read, especially at the opposite end of the floor. But it is Gann, Kyle Gann with the goal. Now the Selects up by 2, 8-6. 6 minutes ago in the third quarter. Couple standing on the crease, but the ball's intercepted by Philly. And the ball finds its way into the Selects. CD Selects got to get it across center. And now a hit, and the ball pops loose, and that'll be over and back. Quick change. Jackson Smith. And semifinals, if they don't, but still win, then the Red Hawks advance. If Philly wins, they move on to the semifinal round. Jack Alvey to Terry. Terry swim move, looking for room, gets a shot off, but it's a save by Rabel. Loose ball, and it rolls into the Philly crease, and Rabel falls. 6. He'll hand it off to Hussey. Hussey cross to, I believe, Fruscio. Then Soy drop pass. He'll scoop it back up. Fruscio trying to tie up defenders. Caponiti with 3 left on the shot clock. Gets a shot off, but doesn't hit. Away from 2 defenders. Marusa back to Marchini. Good pick there from Miller. Shot, Marchini scores. Credit there to Jonathan Miller. Sets him, Marchini, free, lets one go, and it goes low. Stick side, I believe, on Pike. Save by Kuhn. Miller's going to scoop a loose ball, but he's going to be swarmed up by 2 Select players, but he gets the ball away. Nice job by Miller, and they get it across before 8 seconds.
Second quarter of this semifinal game. 4-3 the scoreline in favor of the Buffaloes. Hemberger with 2 for the Kings. Kogan with 2 for the Buffaloes. Tall Chief at the dot against Miller. Loose ground ball scooped up by Miller, and he corrals it. And Miller trying to escape triple team there. And Tall Chief and Miller in at the dot. Tall Chief thought he had the rake on it, but Miller comes away with it. We got a buff for that one for the Buffaloes. A 3-goal lead for the first time today. The Kings have led this game one time. It was by 1. And then immediately responded by the Buffaloes. Now they've had 4 in a row. And 5 seconds still on the kill. They'll have about 15, a little under 15 left on the shot clock once they're at even strength. Even with 12, but they're going to take it as a 4 and look to the door. Snyder there. 5 seconds now. Rips it from way outside. The bouncer off the shoulder of Kuhn. Flying with the ground ball, Jonathan Miller trying to toe drag his way around a defender and does get it to Tanner Maru. A 5-goal game now. Miller with the initial clamp win, and that's going to go as a push against the Kings. I'm not entirely sure how that even happened. Miller was completely tied up on that one.